Officially, I am unemployed like most of you, like the 75% of the youth in Uganda. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Hi lovelies, if you're new here, my name is Charity Amanio. I am a student of Chambogo University as well as a real estate agent here in Kampala, Uganda. Thank you so much for stopping by. On this channel, we talk about everything real estate, money management, personal development, finance, like anything that has to do with becoming the better versions of ourselves and money. We are there because we're on a journey towards building generational wealth. So make sure you subscribe to become part of this amazing family. And if you're my returning subscriber, welcome back home. Thank you for keeping me going. I actually want to nail down and deeply appreciate you for all the love and support you have extended to me. You know, when I shared my last video, I was afraid, like I did mention in the video, I went back and forth with myself of whether I was going to share it or not and how deep I was going to share it. But I'm so grateful that God allowed me to share it with the world. Thank you so much for extending me love. Thank you so much for extending me grace. Thank you for the calls, for the comfort. There have been people that offered to take me to therapy. I want to say thank you so much. I think you can all see the smile is brighter. Before I shared that video, I had a discussion with a friend and they told me, Charity, you're an inspiration to a lot of young people. You don't necessarily have to show them when you're going through something really bad. But then that night, I remember I prayed and I don't know if I thought or the Spirit told me something that if you're an inspiration to people, you don't have to put an impression that every day you are achieving. Yeah, there are really days when you're not your best self. There are times when you are going through depression. There are times when you are at your worst. People need to see them because they don't have to have that impression of everything is going well for her. How can I be like her? That's how we end up admiring people, but we don't know what it takes to be them, what they go through to get to where they are. So for me, I just thought it's okay for me to cry out loudly and ask for help and just talk to people. And thank you so much for caring. I think that's a lot of, but I'm very grateful. Like I did mention in my previous video, I'm actually going to share more about why I left my job, because right now I am undergoing therapy, and one of the things I am trying to get deeper into is to understand possibly what could have caused the depression, because it is different when you know what has caused your depression, then next time it doesn't trigger you. That's what people say. But for me, I think what brought in the anxiety and getting me a lot into more depression is the fact that I didn't know what was causing me depression. So fast forward, like I said, I was going to share my experience working, and I am so thankful. And I want to start by saying I was so privileged to work with REMAX Uganda, because as a real estate person, we all know that REMAX is the #1 brand in the entire world. I'm not doing it for marketing for them, but REMAX is established in over 100 countries worldwide, and they have a very wide network. And really, for somebody into real estate like I am, I was so privileged to be at REMAX. You know, a lot of people asked me, because I was very young, and they were asking me, how did you get a job at REMAX? So in my second year, that was last year, I really wanted, you know me, when I want something, I will not settle for less. So I really wanted to intern at REMAX, and thank God I got the opportunity, and I did my best. And when I went in that office, I was like, I must be retained. So I will do my best to make sure that I am retained. I made sure I dressed up every day. I showed up every day. When assignments were given to me, I did them very well. And also, in case somebody needed assistance, I was always there to lend a helping hand. And of course, after the internship, I was retained to do a role that I so much wanted. But then later on, I was supposed to do property management, to be precise, but then we didn't have properties as REMAX to manage. And later on, for me, I don't want to be in a place where I feel idle. So it's like, no. Then later on, they gave me a position of an admin. I was so happy because I still wanted to be at REMAX. But then what I didn't realize is the fact that I wanted to be at REMAX doing what? Yeah, if you know me very well, you know how passionate I am about real estate. So I wanted to be at REMAX doing real estate. Now here I am at REMAX doing admin. Now you see how the frustrations start coming. The money was there, everything was there, paying me on time, getting my weekly facilitations, everything was lit. So for me, I think the frustration started coming in because I did not see myself grow in that area that I wanted to grow in. Yeah, instead of growing in real estate. I don't know if it is just me who feels that way, but I would rather be in a place where I am not paid, but I see growth in the trajectory that I want to see myself go to, other than being in a place where I'm paid and not growing to, and not growing in the path that I want to see myself grow in, and also not enjoying my work. So I think that's where my frustration started coming from. And being a student admin is a lot of work. I don't know for other companies, but for REMAX, I can say it is a lot of work. You are literally, I don't know, the face of the company, a lot of work, a lot of fear and there. So being a student, I think it took a toll on me because every day I had to wake up at 4:30 every day. And until today, now that I don't even go anywhere, I still wake up at 4:30, even if I've slept at 2, because it was something that was already in me. So I would wake up at 4:30 because I wanted to make sure, being a student, the first 1 hour is productive for me to read, because the CGPAs must, because I have to do my master's abroad and on a scholarship. So I'm there and I have to wake up at 4:30, from 4:30 to 5:30. I'm trying to read something, at least cram something, but just to understand something in class. And then from 5 up to 6:30, 7, I am trying to do my morning routine and every other thing, just getting ready to go to work. I leave this place latest by 7. And of course, I am in office before 8, 7:30. I'm always there. Yeah. Because much as it was a requirement for us to be in office by 9, or REMAX is a very good place to work in. So I would be there by 7:30, such that I allow myself to settle before every other person comes. It gives me a pace for the day. And then from 7:30, as I arrive, I'm trying to organize. And then when people come in, like I said, admin, I would be busy until 5, sometimes 6. And remember, I have classes that start at 5. So sometimes I get to school, it's even late. The lecture is halfway. Sometimes I would miss lecture. So that started to frustrate me. My CGPA for the previous semester dropped, and I think that frustrated me more. So leaving work, you're getting to school, it's 5:30, it's 5:30, sometimes it's 6, and then you attend classes. My head is already tired, very, very tired. And I attend classes up to sometimes 9, then you're leaving school, you're getting back home, and it's 11. Barely I would sleep. I have to 11, I'm showering, getting ready for the night, and then sleeping at midnight. Remember, at 4:30 I have to wake up. So I deprived myself a lot of sleep, and then it was adding to the stress of work that was already there, and also the fact that my CGPA was reducing, it drastically lowered. So that started to frustrate me. And then every time I would think of, because I really, really want to do my master's abroad, and I don't have anyone who pays me school fees. I am eyeing scholarships and they want good grades. I thank God I'm studying on government sponsorship right now. So I don't have nobody to pay me tuition, and I really want to do my master's abroad. So I'm like, okay, this thing started to frustrate me. And then when I'm frustrated, of course, now I started looking at work in another perspective. First, I'm not enjoying the work that I'm doing, and I'm not growing in the area that I want to see myself growing. And thirdly, my CGPA is dropping. You get it? So my performance at work started deteriorating. Because trust in me, if anybody from REMAX I work with watches this video, they will tell you how I do my work. On time, I'll deliver what? Over and above. I love to deliver and I love to do my best because I believe working is a blessing, because there's so many people who have bachelors, who have masters, who are out there and they don't have a job. So for me, I would deliver. Every week I would assess my performance, how I dressed to work, how I talked to people, how I interacted with people, what I did. I would always assess my performance. But then I started noticing by myself that the performance was deteriorating. I would even go to my bosses to ask, this month I've done ABCD. How was my performance like? Are there areas that you want to see me improve? But now it reaches a time I'm feeling so frustrated. And like I said, I don't want to be in a position where I am not delivering. I think it's one reason maybe I don't even want to consider working with government, because it makes people feel like, it makes people lazy. I want to deliver. I want to do, because I don't want to take that blessing for granted. So that was the one reason that was within me. And this was from around March, because I really wanted to leave. So I started having engagements with my boss. The work was getting to my head. That was it. But this, most importantly, with all this, the pay was good and all that. It reaches a point, I think I found favor in the eyes of the people I was working with. And they started to, it didn't sit well with some of my workmates. Yeah. So there's this one particular lady, and this might be, it was now like, for me, God's way. God assigned that, Charity, you must leave this place. So there's this one lady that I used to call mom, because I mean, she's my mother's age mate. Like, I'm not even half her age yet. So I think it didn't sit well with her that Charity was, handling the company's money and all that. So she started threatening me from east, west, center, north, and I was like, already, I didn't want to be here. Like, I didn't want to be here, but then this is getting too much. Now for me, the final sign was when one of those days, she randomly stopped talking to me. Even if I would say hi, she would not say nothing. She would not say anything, not reply, not what. So I started asking myself, because this is somebody I literally would call mom. And I'm like, okay, what is it? So I understood what her problem was, so I started to distance. But then that made me feel like I'm somebody who, I can't be comfortable in a place where I don't know what is wrong and you're not talking to me. So one of those days, she just randomly, I'm seated in office alone, nobody else, and she's walking past me. And she's like, one of us has to leave this office or else someone will die. And for me, I was like, God, I know I love money, but I love myself more. I'm not going to make this money here and die. So that was the time I think I mentally left the place. Of course, I had meetings after, but death, you're threatening my life. Even me, I felt to take my own life during depression. So I was like, no, I'm not going to continue with this. So I resigned. So what next? I will share it in the next video. So officially, I am unemployed, like most of you, like the 75% of the youth in Uganda who are unemployed. So I've officially joined that squad, but I'm not ready also to start working, because of course I got offers here and there from other real estate companies, but right now I'm prioritizing my mental health and also just healing and sharing my journey. Maybe what next is what I'm going to share with you. I'm still going to continue doing real estate, but not with another company. So stay tuned and I share with you kindly. Like I said, I'm officially unemployed like most of us. Kindly support me by subscribing, and I would be so grateful if you can take me. I just need like less than 30 people to help me get to YouTube partnerships. So kindly, if you have watched till this moment, make sure you subscribe. I'll see you in my next video, and I'm going to share with you my next plans. There's no work anymore, so what next? And if you're a young person who is also in that era trying to identify something you can do, let's gather here and brainstorm together. But I'm going to share with you my plans, and I hope you support me. Thank you very much. Till next time, I love you, and thank you for brightening my smile. Thank you, and thank you. Bye bye.